Congratulations on the contract.
Thank you.
What is, obviously it's a little late into the summer to get this done. I don't know how much it factored into it, but just what is your thought process, taking this long? I don't know if that was planned or just kind of when you got to it. What was your confidence level going into these discussions?
Yeah, I think it was just a slow process, really. There wasn't any hurry on my side, and I don't think there was any hurry on the Sharks side. And I was doing my thing here in Montreal, working out, skating, and whenever that moment was going to happen, it was going to happen, and it eventually did. Obviously, there's crazy times during the summer with the free agency and the draft and everything. So I knew I wasn't expecting to have them put all their thoughts into me when all of that's going on. I wouldn't want them to. So yeah, it was just a good communication throughout the whole time. But yeah, it just was a slow process.
For yourself, you mentioned you're in Montreal, and what has your off season been like in terms of training and getting ready for another season in a big training camp for yourself?
Yeah, it's been huge. I mean, first thing was getting healthy. I've been battling injuries in the last 2 years, and so first thing was, is my first big summer that I had really to really take care of that properly, and it's been awesome. I've been skating with a good group of guys here. My dad's running the skates. Obviously, he knows what he does really well. So, the skates are amazing. The gym is really needed at this time, obviously. So it's been good to just spend a lot of time there and work out with my guy, Bobby Owen here. So it's been awesome.
For yourself, a lot of changes to the Sharks and a lot of new players coming in. And you had a strong finish to last season. What do you need to do in training camp to impress to make the team once again?
Yeah, just show what I can do. I honestly don't think they saw the full me yet, and I'm excited to just keep showing them that what happened last year wasn't just temporary. I can bring that back and more. This next season. So I'm excited to get going. I'm excited to start showing off a little bit what I worked so hard for.
Obviously, the number one pick in the draft and this young core and all these guys of you and William and Fabian and now Macklin and Will and all these guys coming in. How exciting is it to be, around that? I mean, you've been here since arguably the beginning of the rebuild. You've seen a lot of players come and go, and now you're starting to see a core form. What does that mean to you?
Yeah, it's definitely you see a lot of changes. I mean, I've only been pro 2 years, and I've seen a lot of guys move. But yeah, I mean, I haven't been around them that much yet. Obviously, Celebrini and Smitty, I haven't really had the chance to play with them yet. But I'm excited to be around them. They're great guys. I know that because we got a lot of friends in common. So no, I think it's going to bring a lot of energy, a lot of positivity, and a lot of eagerness and life to the rink. And it's been like that in the past. Obviously, with Eki and myself, we're always eager to get there. But having more of that will be even more awesome.
Last one for me here. You and I have talked a little bit about the college route to the NHL. Will Smith, Macklin, Celebrini. What does their college careers, from what you've seen with his videos, statistics, and their skills, outwardly, have you seen will allow them to be successful NHL players?
I mean, everything. I think college hockey is definitely really hard, and when you can have success, not just point wise, or not just on the power play, but when you can have success like they had in college, I think it can really translate well into the NHL, hopefully for them. And I think playing against guys that are 25 years old, a year old, and it's different. It's different than just being in junior and everything. So they kind of have that experience of playing against older guys already. So it's not new territory too much, even if obviously you get starstruck here and there. But I think that's probably the biggest advantage, just really experience.
Awesome. Thanks, Thomas.
Thank you.
Cheng.
Hey Thomas, how's it going?
Good. How are you?
Oh, all right, all right. I saw this video that of you hitting a lot of posts. What was that all about?
Me hitting a lot of posts. No, it's just a funny time. We have this 3-on-3 league every Tuesday night with all the NHL guys in the area, so it's really good. It's a lot of fun, and it's for a good cause. So they pack it with fans, and it goes to a good cause. So it's always fun. Every summer we get that. So we get those Tuesday night game nights to kind of keep the game aspect a little bit.
Right. It's good to get the post out of the way right now, right before the season.
Exactly. I'm keeping the goals for the season.
Who else plays in that league?
Oof. I mean, I need a list. Pierre-Luc Dubois, a bunch of Montreal guys, Carrier, who's can I think of? Latang,
Mhm.
Beauvillier, the Joseph brothers. Uh, anyways, a lot of
Yeah,
guys. Yeah,
a
a
lot of
lot.
guys. Does Mark Edward ever show up for those, or no? He's
No,
off going to watch football games and stuff, soccer games.
well, Pickles is a little far from here. It's like a 2 hour drive. So
Oh, is he? Okay.
yeah, but I think at his age, I don't think he needs to do those 3-on-3 games.
You mentioned wanting to show the full you. What haven't we seen yet from you?
It's I think it's just how much I can use my speed in a game and how I can drive offense. I think I haven't done that enough in the past. I'm excited to do it more, and whatever way they need me to do it, I'm excited to start doing it. And like I said, I just wasn't feeling 100% in my body, and I was playing obviously I feel like a little cautious in the past years. So now I'm kind of excited to have that out of the way and be all out.
You mentioned the injuries. Like, what were you dealing with going into last summer and the summer before that? Just generally, like what was sort of like preventing you from maybe training at 100% for the full summer?
Slower body stuff.
Hmm. And there was that stuff that just like both summers were lower body stuff and just accrued over the season kind of thing.
No, it was just really usage, like because I had that one summer where I did the Def Camp, the World Junior Camp, World
Oh, sure.
Junior, then World Championship, and that was a lot of skating. And after the whole Michigan year, and then playing with the Sharks, and then going there. So that was a lot for me. I think it kind of started there, but you know, anyways, it's in the past, and now I'm ready to go.
Great. And is the mess I don't know if you've talked with Ryan Warsofsky yet, but is his message to you, if you've spoken to him, is it any different than David Quinn's, or is it about the same message to you?
I mean, I think it's obviously a little bit different, right? Because David, when Quinny was here, he came from outside of the team and everything
Right.
compared to Warsaw, who's been there. So it's definitely more familiar grounds, even if I knew Quinny before he came. But Warsaw spent a lot of time with him, and we've been around each other. So it's no, it was just a good talk. It was catching up on the summer and how everything was going, and a pretty yeah, it was pretty laid back, but yeah, we're kind of wanting to keep all the hockey stuff for closer to the camp.
Okay. And you signed a 1-year contract. Was there a desire to do something a little longer term, or is this 1 year a good one because you can, this it's kind of a show me contract this year, show them what you can do and get out potentially, hopefully a bigger deal.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I think it was just kind of a good compromise for what we both wanted. I personally, I don't want to see a Sharks roster without me in it. I love the city, I love the fans, I love the people working at the rink, I love the staff from the Sharks. I want to be a part of this. I want it to work here. So yeah, no, I'm just whether it was a 1 year or a 2 year or whatever, I just really want to make this work.
And you said that you haven't talked with Warsofsky so much about the hockey aspect. Have you talked with Mike Greer or even your exit interviews? Like, what was the sort of hockey message from either kind of, yeah, either place, exit interview or Mike Greer at some point this summer?
I mean, obviously they liked my progression. They liked what they saw at the end of the year, and it was all about, yeah, just get healthy, get faster, get stronger, and keep come in the camp with that same energy.
Mm. And you wear number 17. Of course, Macklin Celebrini has worn 17 for a lot of his life. Did Macklin ever reach out to you and ask about, your thoughts of trading that number, selling that number to him, anything like that?
No, he hasn't reached out for that. I mean, I uh I think I think it was I saw someone say that he wanted 71 anyways, so I don't know if he wanted 17 and maybe he didn't take it because I had it. I have no idea if that was the question. I mean, I really I love 17, but you know, worst case scenario, I probably would have gotten the 71 because it was one of the two. So yeah, he didn't reach out, no.
Okay, well that's good anyway because a lot of 71 jerseys have been sold, so it'll be confusing if if
I
it's
know.
a, yeah.
I see some Bordeleau 23, some 17s, and then if I want,
You go back to 34, right?
exactly, yeah.
All right, thanks a lot, Thomas.
Thank you.
Curtis.
Hey Thomas, thanks for doing this today. Congrats on the new deal here. When you do look back at last season, what clicked for you? What was the difference for you as far as maybe the first half of the season and the second half?
I think the first half of the season was probably just uh I think I was focusing on the wrong things in general. You know, we were losing a lot. We were, you know, I wasn't playing that well and everything. It was kind of just a loop of like, you know, I want to help this team win, but at the same time I gotta you could play better, but how do you play better or whatever. It was just a lot of things at the same time, especially with the start of the season we had. And I think compared to second half, where I was just kind of in a different mindset, felt like I knew more what I needed to do to succeed. You know, pinpointing them more, and yeah, I mean, I've just been trying to applicate them as best as I could, and it worked. So I just want to keep adding more points to, you know, uh, how successful I can be.
Anything maybe specific that worked for you, and do you kind of have to carry that into camp this year?
Personally, just using my vision a lot more. I feel like I lost a part of that in my game. Somewhere along the way, you know, I've always been a playmaker, and you know, now I've been scoring more goals than being a playmaker. I don't want to change that necessarily, but just saying that, you know, scanning more without the puck, knowing more what's around me, like at all time, compared to, you know, in my life in the past, I was able to get the puck and then because I had a good hockey IQ, I was able to make a good play after having the puck. But you know, now you got to know what you're gonna do before having it. So that's kind of been the biggest part for me.
Okay. It's obviously the Sharks, like you said, a lot of additions, a lot of young guys coming into the organization. Does part of you though look at it and say, okay, where do I fit in? You know, you kind of look at the depth chart and you know all the forwards they brought in, the guys who can play center. Does that part of it, does that enter it all for you at all? Just looking at kind of where you stand within the organization right now?
No, no, I'm showing up there and giving my best hockey I got, and the rest's not up to me.
How do you, I mean, you're pretty comfortable playing on the wing
Mhm.
last season, it seemed like. Is that kind of your process right now? Just thinking about playing in that position right now, or do you still see yourself as a centerman, or how do you approach things?
No, I'm comfortable, but I'm not just comfortable. I'm really enjoying it too. I mean, I miss taking faceoffs, but at the same time, I was able to take, you know, every faceoff on the power play. So it was a win-win for me. I think you know, I enjoyed that aspect of the game that I never really got to see before as a because I was always a center. And you know, left wing, right wing, I enjoy them both actually. So uh, yeah, I've only been tried on the right, I think, maybe on the left a couple times. Uh,
Okay.
the opposite. I've been tried on the left mostly and a little bit on the right. But in both sides, I really enjoy it. So yeah.
We were talking to Henry Thrun yesterday, and he was listed at 190 pounds, but he said he's over 200 right now. What are you at weight wise right now, and kind of what do you hope to come into camp as camp gets underway? I guess.
Right. I mean, I want to play around 180. I don't want to be any heavier than that. If I'm any heavier than that, it's going to go to 185 and that's it. You know, my game is to be quick, strong, you know, powerful in my quickness and my, you know, in my twitch and my how quick I can go from side to side and, you know, shift my weight. So I don't need to be heavy for that, and I don't want to be heavy for that, because otherwise I'll definitely slow down. But you want to have that strength to win battles and everything. So just putting that all in and having the leanest 185-pound body I can get.
Okay, okay, yeah, you're listed as 175, so I just wanted to get an
Yeah,
update on.
that's like when I really cut like like food in for a couple days. So I think I'm more like around 180 in general.
Okay, okay. So what does the next month kind of look like for you? When do you sort of get back into San Jose and get to know some of the new teammates here? What does the next sort of month, 5, 6 weeks look like for you?
Well, obviously it's a lot of working out, a lot of skating, but no, I'll probably go to San Jose around early September and start settling in for camp. But luckily I got my place there, so I don't need to move stuff too much. Everything's just waiting for me there, so I'll probably go there around early September and then to maybe skate a couple times before camp if I get there early. But yeah, for the next month, it's really just working out mode and trying to get better. And I'm actually going for a 2-day trip to go see my sister at college, just for her first soccer game there of the year. So that, and then the rest of the time it's here in Montreal grinding.
Oh, okay. What school is that?
She goes to NC State. She's a soccer player there. She's D1. She's really good. So she's a striker, and she's going into her sophomore year. So I didn't get to go see her play as a freshman. So that pissed me off a little bit. So now I'm going for a game.
All right, all right. And do you expect this? I mean, Mike Greer has said it quite a few times. He expects this to be the most competitive camp, since he's become GM here. Is that kind of your expectation as well, that this is going to be the most competitive camp since you turned pro?
Probably. I mean, I've I feel like every camp's really competitive, but he's definitely seen more camps than me, so maybe there's another level we can get to. And yeah, I'm excited. I mean, you never really go into a camp thinking you're not going to go there and compete your balls off. So that was my mindset going into it anyways. And the rest is whatever the other guys decide to do. But what I can bring is my compete, and yeah, I'm excited about that.
All right, thanks, Thomas. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right, we have Thomas for a couple more minutes here. If anyone has questions, just a reminder to use the raised hand function. Dan, go ahead.
Thomas, congratulations on the new deal. Secondly, I just wanted to ask you about, this seems like the roster is pretty set for coming up to training camp. There's always opportunities for a couple of tweaks, but just as a forward, I thought that I'd like to address the importance of having guys like Barclay Goodrow with 2 Stanley Cups, Dellandrea with Cup experience, and Grunstrom coming in to join people like Logan and Mikael Granlund and Nico Sturm who have that experience. How much that's going to be a benefit to a player like yourself?
Oh, it's going to be awesome. Like obviously throughout my time here, I was able to have like great leaders. I started off with Bernsey and Cooch. Cooch is still here, obviously, but Bernsey, and then him leaving, and then Dukes, and then him leaving too, and now to have more veteran experience too coming in, and having Granny and Cooch already settled in, but having that new experience with Toffoli and Wenberg and Goudreau and all those guys, it's definitely going to be a big plus for myself, and for the younger guys too. It's newly experienced guys that it's the guys that you get to see for the first time in the day-to-day. So it's always good learning.
How have you become a better hockey player in the last year away from the puck, and what more work are you paying attention to for that this coming season?
I personally, without the puck, I think it's just understanding the pro game better, and that came with games. And I think it's just doing better and better. And it was just really just reads and mindset and the way I think or see myself before the game, the way I visualize. So it's been huge. But yeah, it's really all that it's been. It's all a mindset thing for me, I feel like.
Thanks a lot. Congrats.
Thanks, Dan.